Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today I'm going to review Starfield on PC and Xbox Series X. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, I decided to do this review without any gameplay. Over the coming days, I've got a bunch of I've got a bunch of videos saved up, but I'm going to save that for probably maybe a couple days after, maybe I don't know. It took me what three days now to get through this game, so I want to save that footage for a little while, but I do want to put some gameplay footage out there so that people can see it and see it in action, stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't want to. This game is so massive that there's a lot of stuff in this game that could be spoiled very easily. Very easily. I put out a video last night, shorter one, showing myself on the space station, and that weighs heavily on me today. After sitting here and thinking about it, I was going through some of the comments on the YouTube channel, and I was reading a lot of negativity about Starfield. People just saying negative things just to say negative things. People that are probably not even trying to play Starfield, and I just wanted to have an impactful moment in a video so that people could see just how incredible certain things in the game can actually look and put you in a. The immersion is so deep in Starfield, it's not even funny. Now, I spent one day, 11 hours, so what, 35 hours. It took me 35 hours to get through the campaign. I did do one of the whole faction things. I did one of those. I actually did the pirate one. That was pretty interesting. I kind of got roped into that, and it kind of went a different way than the way I got roped into it, but I'll let you guys figure that out. I'll let you get to that point. I'll let you make your own decisions. I'll let you see how things play out for you. But this game had some very, very cool set pieces, story beats, character moments, and just the scope of this game literally blew me away. There's some things traveling, like the whole. I'm glad they did the whole space travel thing the way they kind of did it. With the fast travel. There is some ways that you can break that up. I flew my ship for about an hour just flying, and you do make progress. You do get farther, but when you get to another planet, you do kind of have to load into the thing and do the fast travel thing to get in there. So that doesn't really bug me. The fact that you can fly around in open space if you choose to, you can do that. So there's something that I thought was pretty cool. But the way that Starfield's set up, with the grav drives and all of that stuff, when you play through the game, you'll understand, and it just makes sense. It clicks, and the speed of which you can do things. I'm glad they did that. To be completely honest with you, there's just so much going on in Starfield that you kind of just want to be able to get to where you need to get to as soon as possible. So that's cool. I do like that. I do like that. I'm pretty sure with mods and everything, somebody will find a way to mod it so you can land on the planet anywhere you want. You can pick a spot anywhere on the planet, and you can land there. You can go and explore. You can do whatever you want. It was, at first, I'm not going to lie, at first I kind of thought that I wasn't going to be able to explore a lot. I was really thinking that oh man, these are going to be small worlds. This isn't going to be fun. It's just going to be this random generated stuff, and it's going to look stupid all the time. No, actually, every freaking place I stopped at, wow. So there's highly vegetated planets that just some of them look absolutely incredible. I mean absolutely incredible, and some of them have like the way that the vegetation grows. Maybe not so. To me, it wasn't it wasn't super aesthetically pleasing on some of these vegetated planets, but every single planet that was either a moon or desolate or barren or freaking ice giants with blizzards, I was like, are you kidding me? You get off your ship and it's just a blizzard. I was like, this is absolutely incredible. The way that every single planet has its own type of gravitational pull or gravity. Some of them, like, you'll try to jump and you won't jump that high. Some of them you jump and you just fly up in the air, and like you use your booster packs and you. This game was so cool to play through. I mean, one place I don't want to spoil anything for you. This game here is one of those things where you kind of, I'm not saying like turn off your brain, but tune everything out. Like pretty much what I did. I've pretty much tried to just tune everything out and play this game. Just tune everything out. Don't listen to anybody's negativity. Don't listen to anybody's, nonsense, because there are so many good things about Starfield, and so many there's so many good things that completely outweigh like the few little nitpicks that you're gonna find. And I've been saying this a lot lately with games. When it comes to video games, no game is perfect. There's always gonna be something that is either gonna bug you a little bit, but in the greater scheme of things, when you get through the whole process and the whole game, and you've consumed all of that content, and you've got your the big picture of the game, those things seem so insignificant in the bigger picture than all the little people out there that are just running around chatterboxing, making up whatever they can to try to make Starfield look bad. Like, I could literally go through all my footage and put together a collage and be like, yeah, this game is trash. This is just, don't buy this. I could easily do that. There were some things that I caught in there that if I put everything together, I could literally do a skill up hit piece on it, and it would be good. Like, I could make a skill up hit piece on this game, and it would be fine. Like people floating through the floors, floating up in the air, just weird little bugs getting stuck in the corner and shaking. There's enough. There's enough that I could have done a hit piece on Starfield. But when I sit back and I look at what the team at Bethesda and Todd Howard and everybody built for this game, and I'm just being real with you guys. I'm just being real. I know that there's people out there, they're going to do that. They're going to take those little moments, they're going to cut them all together, and they're going to try to bash Starfield any way they can. But I'm telling you, no matter what they say, they can never take away the experience I just had. There's nothing they could do to change my mind about this experience, period. I mean, the little things that happened, like when they would crop up, when they would pop up, like somebody floating through the floor, floating in the air, or getting stuck in a corner, or opening a door and getting stuck behind a door. Those are so trivial, literally so trivial, that you walk up and you just hit the dude and he falls out of the sky. Or you just walk past the person that's floating through the floor while you're going to your ship, like in moments that don't even matter. Never once did I have a game-breaking bug. Actually, that's a lie. When I finished it, right when I started doing the letters, it shut off on me on the PC. So I reloaded back in, had to do all that ending thing again. That was cool because I was grateful I got to see that twice, honestly. But that was the only time that it like crashed on me. That I was like, "Are you kidding me, man? Like, are you serious right now?" But it was when the names and everything were coming up, and I was like, "Okay, whatever. That's not a big a deal. I'll just load back in, spend some more time with it." That was cool. Like I think that game journalists and gamers, man, we're so picky now these days. We're so picky and nothing pleases us. That I want to take a few minutes and just appreciate the overall. Well, actually, from this point forward in this video, there might be some spoilers. Well, actually, hold on. I'm gonna keep going just a little bit more, explaining like the overall thing. So essentially, you are You get to create your own character. You get in there. You join Constellation. You guys are explorers. That's the main basis of this game. Like, you're an explorer. You're going to go out there and you're going to explore. You're going to find things. You find yourself, looking for something that is mysterious. So you're on this like little mysterious voyage. You can go off. You can do side things. You can deal with factions. There's plenty of NPCs that are going to come in and out of your game at random points, and they're like, they really do feel random. Like, it really just feels random. And it doesn't seem dumb either. Like, the things that you'll do and the things that you'll see when you get into those like little side quest type deals, they're not bad. I will get into a little bit of spoiler stuff, in a minute, but I want to. It's so hard to explain Starfield without kind of spoiling things that I feel like this is a very tough game to. This is a very tough game to review for me. This one's extremely difficult and very challenging to review, because you can't review a game like this, man. Like, in a way that's going to be good for everybody. There's just too many variables in how your playstyle is going to work out to dictate the type of experience that you're going to have with Starfield. I will recommend this right off the bat. Have fun. You can get through the campaign about 35 hours, but I honestly recommend taking your time, doing things, exploring things, having fun with this experience, because once you get to the end of the game, this is the most clever freaking New Game Plus I think I've ever played around with in my life. Though this is pretty cool, but I would take your time. I would absolutely take your time, because when you get to that point where you're about to where you're about to finish the game or whatever, like, I just kind of recommend you take your time. I don't want to spoil anything when it comes to that, but I think you should take your time. You should absolutely take your time with this game and experience things, do side missions, do side quests, talk to people, build relationships, do everything you can to truly immerse yourself in this experience, because you will never find another experience like this. Like, you just won't. When you land on a moon, on a distant star system, and you jump out there and you look at and you just look around, and you start to wonder about the possibilities of what's going on other planets and stuff. Now, there was a lot of criticism from the little PlayStation fanboys that said that this game is just going to be a bunch of empty, desolate worlds. Well, no, because of the timeline in Starfield, it's not like that. Like, everything is randomized. Like, on planets that aren't tied to the main story, everything is randomized. But everything that is tied to the story is, well thought out, well planned, well built, well designed. But the stuff that they let their engine just take over and create, the creation engine, like the procedural generation, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed with some of the world design that this thing has come up with that really makes you feel like, wow. Now, there was one thing, I'll get to like a certain planet and the terrain and everything will look like, like a Ubisoft game. And then I'll get to another planet and it'll be like, wow, this is absolutely freaking beautiful. I would say the worst things ever got was looking like a Ubisoft open world, like that was the worst that things ever got. Like one of their newer open world games. I think the worst it ever looked was probably Ghost Recon Wildlands. You'd get to some places and it would look like Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's the easiest way to explain it. But then you would get to some places and it would be like, dang, man, this is Death Stranding looking good. Or you would get to some places and it would look even better than that. So caves, going inside caves and inside places with like rock formations and stuff, that looks incredible. That looks absolutely incredible. The way that those look, wow, that is impressive. Well, most of the ones that you're going to go into are going to be the ones that they, no, spoiler, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, most of the caves that are going to have something in there that are going to be tied to the story, so they look absolutely incredible, well designed, well thought out. You do have three different types of field of view. Like you can have, your third person far camera, third person over the shoulder camera, and your first person camera, so that you're welcome to play this however you want. I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I do like the when I'm out running around exploring. I like the far away camera. When I'm walking around inside places where there's lots of other people and stuff, I like to do like the up close, the over the shoulder camera. And when I'm in the heat of battle, depending on the heat of battle, I first person mode. But not all the time. Not all the time. Not all the time. It didn't always get to a point where I was like, yeah, I got to be in first person mode. Did like it. Did think it was good. Let me just touch on the Xbox Series X and S consoles just for a moment. They absolutely did not sacrifice any of the visual quality for this game, and I think that was extremely important. And I feel like once you play this game and you see this, I believe that you'll be able to understand that the visual quality of this game. And I stopped every once in a while. I'd turn on the Xbox to go and explore like a certain spot that I was at, to kind of reference it, to kind of see. Anytime I got to somewhere that looked absolutely incredible on the PC version, I booted up the Xbox and I went to that same spot. Very, very close visual quality wise, very close. It looked almost identical. The 30 FPS thing does kind of give it away a little bit on the OLED, not as much on the monitor. You can still set your Xbox to 120 FPS and utilize low frame rate compensation that will make it feel just a little bit make it look a little bit smoother, not necessarily feel smoother, but it will look smoother. The combat felt snappy, good, pretty for the most part. Most of the time, like depending on the weapon you're using, definitely has a major impact on how the combat feels. Now, if you are using like a little handgun or something, like it kind of feels like you're just you're spitting spit wads at them. But like the once you start getting into bigger bigger guns, different like energy weapons, stuff like that, the combat does start to look a lot more impactful. So at first you might be like, oh my gosh, this is because I was feeling that same way too. But then once you get into the game and you start to acquire better weaponry, it gets a lot better. You'll start to acquire better gear. You'll start to acquire better, you can the customization of your character, your ship, even building ground bases, absolutely incredible. Lots of stuff, lots of items and objects all over the world that you can pick up, like stuff that like you wouldn't even think about, and it's there, and you can take it. I brought a whole bunch of stuff on my ship, put it on my ship. About 4 or 5 runs later, all my people that were on the ship would go and put all my stuff away. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that, because it would have started getting really full in there had you guys not done that. But the overall atmosphere in Starfield is absolutely incredible. And when you're in our star system right now, like like the like Earth and Mercury and all of that stuff, yes, you can visit all of them planets except for the gas giants. You can land on the moon, you can land on Earth, you can wherever you want to go and just have some fun and check all of those out. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and there's enough randomization in there. There's enough random stuff, random encounters, stuff like that, to where if you are out on a distant planet and you're just running around, like there are random stuff to make it feel like it's not wasting your time. Like I don't ever feel like I was wasting my time, because there was always something there to kind of pick up that slack or fill something in, or give you something to do. Like you can run around and catalog everything on every planet, and that's, while it's not the best thing in the world to do, but it does strengthen your knowledge of the game. You do get rewarded for it. You do actually level up. It is something that contributes to the overall experience in a way that will help you better your character. So everything seems to work. It seems to function. I'm very happy about that. So now that I'm done blabbering about all that. I want to talk about some spoilers. So anything from this point forward, potential spoilers. There are three major hubs that you're going to go to. You're going to go to New Atlantis, you're going to go to Aquila, you're going to go to Neon. The one I want to focus on right now is Neon. Neon is probably the third one that you're going to get to. Once you get there, you are definitely in a like your character's a little bit stronger, whatever. But by the time you get to Neon, there's like so many layers of Neon. It's absolutely insane. Like, this place looks incredible. Like it was pulled right out of freaking Cyberpunk 2077. And when you get in there and you start to experience like the people, like the people just feel different on each one of the installations, or like, you've got like the people in New Atlantis. That's probably like the, like the scholars and all of the, like the important people in the galaxy or whatever. So like Earth Point 2 or something like that. Then you have Aquila, which is kind of like this Old West environment. Like, you can join the Rangers and you can go out and you can do a whole bunch of missions and stuff there. And then you have Neon, which you can like join the corpos or whatever and do like stuff like that. I just kind of ignored all the side quests on Aquila and Neon, but there's a few times that you'll end up going back to Neon and like you'll see like this world open up even more, which is kind of interesting. I thought that Neon was pretty cool. My favorite would probably be just like exploring, just getting on some of those moons and stuff. Now, I don't know if I really want to spoil anything in this review, man. Like, I'm so conflicted about this right now. Okay. Like I said, you had your spoiler warning back there. So if you don't want to hear any more of this, don't listen to this. But this was the thing that really got me and like really kind of hooked me into the overall Starfield experience. Especially toward the end, like once you get to the end of it and you start to meet like this, and you start and the whole mystery of the game starts to unfold, which is multiple universes. Once this unfolds and you start to understand this, it makes sense how the New Game Plus works, because you go through this thing. You become what's called a Starborn. Starborn are going to be some enemies that are going to be in the game that are really going to be, they're tough. They're tough. And they're going to come into this. They're going to come into this about halfway through, and then from that point on, like, you're going to tussle with them every time you go and you find an artifact, or you go to a not a shrine, but a gosh dang it, what do they call them in there? Like a tower, not a tower, but a. Oh no, like a temple. Like, every time you go to one of these temples, you're going to gain a power. It's a gravity type power that you're going to be able to either, start like a gravity thing and like lift people in the air. You're going to be able to like shoot through the air real quick. Like, you basically gain superpowers as you find more of these artifacts and you continue to grow and you go to the temples that correlate to one of these artifacts. You're going to get stronger. You're going to feel your character, get stronger. You'll be able to switch these special powers out and use them in combat and whatever. But as you get to the end, you're going to get faced with this choice. And I'm not going to spoil the choice for you, but you're going to be able to... let's just put it this way. It really does help with the New Game Plus, and it makes sense, and it kind of folds into things, and it just keeps Starfield as essentially it can keep repeating, but it's different type deal. I'm starting to work on playing around in the second one, because you're gonna keep all your stuff, you're gonna keep all your knowledge, you're gonna keep all of that, so you can just literally keep building your character, which is absolutely incredible. This game has a lot more play value to it than a lot of games that you would play. Like I feel like Endgame for Starfield is where it really begins, because now all of the stuff that I missed before, or all of the faction things that I didn't do, or any of that stuff, I can go back and re-experience that for a different outcome, or I could do a different one. I'm grateful for the way that New Game Plus starts over. And like you can I don't want to spoil this, but okay, once you do start your New Game Plus, like you can like go in there and be like, yeah man, this is what it is. And you can like ruin the whole freaking you can ruin the whole exploration thing for everybody and just tell them, nope, this is what we're doing right here, so you can cut it shorter the second time. Or yeah, dude, this game is absolutely incredible. If you're sitting on the fence over Starfield, get up off your butt, go down and pick it up, and buy this game. So I feel like Starfield is the ultimate like this is the pinnacle of what Bethesda's been doing over the years. Like everything they've done before has led to this point, which has created one heck of a freaking incredibly immersive experience that I highly recommend, and I feel like you should definitely play this. So all right, man, I think I'm happy with this review. This was a really tough one for me, just because I want to talk about Starfield. Like I want to talk about the things that I experienced, but I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. So I'll wait a little while until the game's been out for a little while, and then we'll go ahead and we'll talk about some of this stuff. But yeah, man, this was a really tough game to digest. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I just need to kind of ponder on a little bit more and like really think about as I continue to explore this incredible game. So all right, my friends, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.